Do you remember last year when I was talking about the MENA region? I was talking about banks like Attajari Wafa. I was talking about banks like QNB Bank. Wait a minute. What is QNB Bank? Qatar National Bank. That's right. And they have a great relationship with Ripple. Wait a minute. The case is almost over. You got all this activity happening. I don't believe in coincidence, folks. Coincidence is only cause and effect unrecognized. And we're too wise right here. Me and you, we're too wise to believe in coincidence. No. These banks are getting ready for the new financial system. Did you watch the last two videos we were cooking? Those last two videos were informative. They're telling, I think it was yesterday's video, they were telling again. The future is crypto. The future is blockchain. Who's at the top? XRP, XLM, Algorand, Quantflare, Chainlink, Solana, LCX. I can keep going. There's only a couple of bank coins. They're at the top, period. Facts. Now we have this article right here. Things are heating up. Everybody's getting ready for that judge to hit that gavel. Case over. Everybody's getting ready. They're getting positioned. Just my humble opinion. You don't have to agree. Do what you want. And also, let me say this in response to a comment I saw the other day. I personally have never sold one XRP. I've never sold one. So why would I expect anybody to sell XRP for something else? I wouldn't suggest it. I'm not a financial advisor. That's not what I do here. I do have some excitement because I'm excited about the things I talk about. And I do have my opinions, as every news anchor does. But my prime objective is just to deliver the news. That's it. Nothing more than that. But I myself have never sold one XRP. So I don't expect anybody else to do such for any other project. If I want a project, I just buy the project. That's it. If I want it, I just buy it. All right. I work hard, earn some capital, buy it. That's how I do. Not financial advice. I'm just saying that's how I operate. So now you know my mentality. When it comes to the bank coins, I know it's a lot of new people here. I don't play with the bank coins. I don't kid around with that. I'm for real. But anyway, this article says this. Qatar Central Bank launches first phase of CBDC project. Wait a minute. Qatar Central Bank, who has great relationships in Qatar? Ripple. This article begins here. Let me shimmy shake. Get my Steph Curry on for a moment. Let me shimmy shake because we made a lot of good calls. We'll see if this comes into play in the future, but they're one of Ripple's banks. The central bank will test and develop selected applications of the CBDC for settling large payments with local and international banks. What do you think they were working with Ripple on all this time? I'm not saying it's going to have an immediate effect. This is just their first phase. I don't think Ripple just yet wants to flip the switch just yet. You need a bunch of banks together to have that flip of the switch moment. Period. I think when they do it, they want it to be big. I do. I think they want to make an impact. I think they want revenge. Not revenge. Wait a minute. Vengeance is more expedient. Yeah. I think they want to show the world, oh, you went against us? This is how I think Ripple's thinking. Oh, you wanted to go against us? You wanted to shut us down? You can't stop us. They want to show everybody what they are, that they are the dominant, that they are the best. And I think that's why they always had that phrase, flip of the switch moment. Yeah. It continues on. Qatar Central Bank has announced the completion of the infrastructure development for its central bank digital currency project, marking a significant milestone in its efforts to embrace digital financial transformations. In a June 2nd press release, the QCB said it has started the first phase of its CBDC project, which is expected to last until October. The central bank added that the initiative aligns with global advancements in digital currency and aims to modernize and enhance the country's financial sector. All of these big institutions, all of these big banks are getting ready right now. Right now, while Ripple is almost done with the case, I just don't see a coincidence. I don't. Meanwhile, you have articles coming out from giant respected websites like payments.com that's saying, hey, listen, the future is blockchain. My word. And once again, did you read the document that was in that live stream, which, by the way, we're going to be doing another live stream coming this weekend. So make sure you're in that members only section. Hey, we have some more stuff to talk about. Believe me. And we're going to have a good time. Yeah. I'm just going to keep getting better and better and better as I get used to that. But anyway, crypto is the future. Blockchain is the future. Trillions of dollars are coming. And here's the difference between before and now. The barricades are being removed. People don't like to say that. They don't like to acknowledge that, but it's the facts. Barricades are being removed. Finally, we had something standing in our way. We had mountains in our way. The mountains are no longer going to be there. It's almost money making time. I'm talking about big money making time, not financial advice. Feel how you want to feel. This is just my personal opinion. It's almost big money making time. Time to put on your big boy, big girl pants. It's about to heat up. Every man, every woman for themselves. You got to make decisions very quickly when everything starts popping off. That's how it goes. When the bull runs really start up and kick off, you have to go by your own judgment and your own thoughts. I'm going to buy here. I'm going to sell here. I'm going to do this. You better have your strategy set out. And there's going to be, the sharks are going to be ferocious. There's going to be profit taking everywhere. There's going to be money everywhere. Not just with XRP, Chainlink, Solana, XLM, probably Algorand as well, even though, their circulating supply and certain dynamics have changed with them. I'm still super bullish on them. Quant, I expect to explode. I told you I'm super duper bullish on Songbird, but I don't understand this. Why do people feel like if I'm super duper bullish on Songbird, that somehow that means I'm not on Flare? I have both Flare and Songbird. If I want it, I have it. Like, I'm going to work for it. I'm going to get it. I don't understand that mentality. We're different. Don't project on me. I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't know what you have. You don't know what I have. Ay, Dios mío. So, it says the central bank added that the initiative aligns with the global advancements in digital currency and aims to modernize. All right, so then it says first phase. Following a comprehensive study, the bank will now test and develop selected applications of CBDC for settling large payments with local and international banks in a state-of-the-art trial environment. This is just where they're starting. It's getting started. You can feel it. You hear what Bank of America said the other day? Did you see what, oh man, there's so many things happening. People don't see what's coming. I don't need them to. I'm just acknowledging that, they don't see the forest for the trees. They're distracted by so many different things. Let's go here. I want to show you. Wait a minute. Even though, like I said, we put out multiple videos about Ripple building relationships with banks in Qatar last year, multiple videos. But let's read this little tidbit here. It says here, the Qatar Central Bank, QCB, that's who we were just talking about, has a significant relationship with blockchain company Ripple, primarily focused on enhancing digital transformation and cross-border payment systems. Here are the key points about their collaboration. Partnership for cross-border payments. QNB, Qatar National Bank, in partnership with Ripple, they're so deep in Qatar, oh my goodness. In partnership with Ripple, aims to improve cross-border payments and expand its remittance services across multiple countries. This partnership leverages RippleNet, Ripple's blockchain-based payment network, to facilitate faster and more efficient international money transfers. Oh, it's getting hot. Oh, yeah. CBDC infrastructure. The Qatar Central Bank has advanced its digital transformation efforts by completing the infrastructure for a central bank digital currency. This project is part of a broader initiative to modernize the country's financial system and enhance the efficiency of digital payments. Ripple's technology is likely to play a role. Likely is not a guarantee. It's likely. That's called potentiality. That's what we talk about here, potentiality. It's likely to play a role in this transformation. And if it does, That's a lot of money. That's a lot of subsidiary activity. Oh yeah, things are looking good. And this is just one system, one. There's hundreds of other ones. I wonder what other announcements are going to be coming out. It says, given its expertise in blockchain and digital asset solutions. And then it goes into the XRP ledger and, you know, all the great stuff that it does. This aligns with QCB's goals of improving speed, security, and efficiency of international payments. All right, so I think I said enough there. I'm a little excited. Things been looking really, really solid, really, really good. That's how I feel. Others may feel different. They may feel like there's doom and gloom and there's clouds over the sky, and we better be careful, guys. We better be afraid. Like, listen. I grew up in a Stone Cold Steve Austin era, and I loved the T-shirt when he had the F Fear T-shirt. Yeah, that's how I grew up. I grew up. Listen, we're different from my era. We're different. We don't play with fear. We stay prepared. We know what we're getting into. We don't cry. Not like that. We don't know. We don't. We take responsibility for our actions. I want to go into that farce. I'm going into the farce, but I'm going prepared. Spartans to the very end. Yeah. So now we're going to go here because we have a little bit of news. Let's see here. We have a little bit of news on the big dog Bitcoin. Man, it's starting to heat up. I saw it over 70,000 earlier today. It was looking real good. Real good. It says here. This article is titled Plan B says post-halving Bitcoin pump approaching as historically bullish indicator turns green. Let's find out what they're talking about here. Come on, Bitcoin, launch for us. Send us into the stratosphere and get it all started. Get it started, Bitcoin. We're ready. Says quant analyst Plan B says that Bitcoin is entering a phase that has historically coincided with rallies. In a new strategy session, Plan B provides an update on his stock-to-flow model S2F model, which was traditionally used for commodities before he adapted it to Bitcoin. The S2F model predicts the performance of an asset based on the idea that the price increases as the asset becomes more scarce. Historically, Plan B's S2F model has signaled the beginning of strong bull runs immediately after the halving with the printing of a red dot. Quote, it's the first month after the halving and the start of the new cycle. So in my opinion, Bitcoin will pump after the halving like it did last halving cycle in 2020, is what a lot of experts have been saying. It says, and the cycle before in 2017, and also after the halving in 2012 and 2013. So I think we'll see a pump again. And of course, that's the core of the stock to flow model, but time will tell. Plan B also looks at the realized price metric, which records the value of all coins in a current time frame and the price they were last transacted on chain divided by the number of Bitcoin in circulation. He says the 5-month realized price level has historically been a strong support level in bull markets. Okay, let's move on here. We have a little bit more news to get through. We have more Bitcoin news. Let's see, is this the same information? CEO of blockchain analytics firm. Okay, so it's the CEO here. So this article is titled Cryptoquant CEO says Bitcoin flashing mid-2020 vibes. Here's what he means. And it begins as such. The CEO of blockchain analytics firm Cryptoquant says that Bitcoin's on-chain market structure looks similar to 2020 before its bull market finale. So everybody, not everybody, when I say everybody, I mean a lot of people are saying the same things. A lot of these experts are saying the same things. Bitcoin looks like it's going to launch at some point soon. And I can't wait because it'll lift everything else up and people better be ready. No excuses. Be ready. Be on your toes. Be ready to strike when the iron is hot. Not financial advice. This is just my humble thoughts. Ju says that $1 billion in Bitcoin has been added to whale wallets, which is most likely headed off market to cold storage. Quote, same vibe on Bitcoin as mid-2020. Back then, Bitcoin hovered around $10,000 for 6 months with high on-chain activity, later revealed as OTC over-the-counter deals. Now, despite low price volatility, on-chain activity remains high with $1 billion added daily to new whale wallets, likely custody. Ju also shared a chart showing the, quote, holding intensity of Bitcoin holders. He says the metric aims to indicate how closely the holding behavior of Bitcoin matches the scenario where every coin remains unmoved. The chart shows a steady uptrend of holding intensity over the last 14 years, which the analyst says is a reflection of how investors increasingly look at Bitcoin as a long-term store of value. Bitcoin holders are increasingly, quote, Bitcoin holders are increasingly inclined to hold rather than sell. This suggests Bitcoin is now viewed more as a store of wealth than a trading asset, unquote. All right, and that's always good news. So now we have this little article here. You know, Polygon Matic is one of our original utility coins from way back in the beginning of the channel. I said way back. We only been here for 3 years. This channel's still young. We're still young people. Yeah, we're still in our youth here. No, we're not, but you know, that sounds funny. This article is titled Polygon Labs acquires zero knowledge research firm Toposware. Let's find out what that's about. It says this: Polygon Labs has acquired Toposware, a zero-knowledge focused blockchain research and engineering firm, with which it has collaborated to develop its Type 1 prover. The acquisition is part of Polygon Labs' strategy to improve its zero-knowledge arsenal, particularly in developing ag layer that expands interoperability capabilities across ZK-powered Ethereum Layer 2s. It marks Polygon Labs' third major ZK acquisition in less than 3 years. Polygon Labs did not reveal the specific details or terms of the deal. Toposware was last valued between $20 million and $30 million, according to Deal Room. So Polygon becomes even stronger. They're one of the companies where last year they were praised a lot by big institutions. It was Polygon and Solana were both praised heavily by big institutions. Now, I've been bullish on Polygon for years. It did amazing in that 2021 bull run from what I remember, And I expected to do big things in the future once again. Solana at the time was making huge waves and continues to be super bullish even now. So now let's move on here. So that's why I always think of those two together because of that reason. Warren Buffett. One thing I'll say, I don't know a whole lot about Warren Buffett besides his investments. And of course, a lot of financial news media covers his activities. It seems like he has the best advisors on the planet, and he's always involved in some good money making. That's what I've observed, and I don't think this is any different. I have personally been talking about T-bills for like the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. And it's not a shock to me because of that this individual is heavy in T-bills and making lots of capital in T-bills. That's how it goes. It says, here's how, this article is titled, Here's How Big Warren Buffett's Stake Is in the Entire T-bill Market. Let's find out what you're doing, Mr. Buffett. According to analysts at JP Morgan, Berkshire Hathaway, BRK.B, controls 3% of the entire T-bill market. That's $158 billion in total. Man, says, quote, Berkshire Hathaway currently holds more T-bills than international organizations, stablecoin issuers, offshore money market funds, or local government investment pools, unquote. Wow. This article is titled Gold, Silver, Platinum Forecast. Gold rebounds above $2,350 as dollar pulls back. I haven't been watching the DXY lately, the last few days. But that's good to hear that the dollar is pulling back. I'm not sure how much. I'll check a little bit later. Gold is moving higher as traders focus on the strong pullback in treasury yields. U.S. dollar is losing ground against a broad basket of currencies, providing additional support to gold markets. In case gold settles back above the 2,350 level, it will head towards the nearest resistance at $2,390 and $2,400. This is coming from FX Empire. Then here's silver. It says, silver rebounds from session lows, supported by a weaker dollar and falling treasury yields. A move above the resistance at $30.90 to $31.20 will provide silver with an opportunity to gain additional upside momentum. I remain super bullish on silver, although I do know volatility will come. Also, I didn't put this article in here, but if you're a researcher like myself, a lot of you are, look up what's going on with copper. Copper and the electric vehicle market. Look that up. I'm telling you, because it's making copper look more bullish than it was before. And it was already bullish before. There are problems coming. It takes about 23 years to start a new copper mine. Listen, I just firmly feel, this is not what the article said. I firmly feel it's not enough copper to go around for how many electric vehicle companies and how much they want to push out, paired with governments saying, hey, we want most of the vehicles to become electric vehicles and to, do away with gas vehicles. No, there's not enough copper for that. I just don't see it, which means that copper's looking very bullish in my humble opinion. Not financial advice. I got to always say that. It's just something we got to do here. So now it says here, let's do platinum. Platinum tests support at $1,010 to $1,020 amid demand worries. U.S. dollars pullback did not provide support to platinum markets. If platinum settles below $1,010, it will head towards the next support at $975 to $985. Okay, so then they stop there. We have one more gold article, but this one here is from shiftsovereign.com. So this article is titled, and we'll close out with this one, Gold Will Soon Displace the US dollar and Americans are missing out. No, I'm not missing out. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm not missing out. A lot of the great people here have let me know that they've been in gold for a long, long time, and silver for a long time. So the people on this channel are very, very wise. They're not missing out. And I don't know what you mean by missing out. They're protected. That's really what it's all about. They're protected. And that's why everybody's getting into gold. The central banks want to protect themselves. Big money people want to protect themselves. Regular people want to protect their value because they see what's coming. It says America is supposed to be a reliable, stabilizing force in the world, but today's America has lost its grip. And foreign nations have noticed. Most people alive today don't remember a world in which the dollar wasn't number one. This is no longer the case, but it's irrational to assume that something will continue indefinitely, forever, simply because of the status quo today. You know, I said this many times and tons of people went against me in the comment sections. I mean, they go against me on everything. It's unbelievable. But I mean, I don't understand how you believe that the dollar is just immortal. It just cannot. It'll never change. Everything changes. Change is the only constant. Now you have Shift Sovereign telling the people this. I don't know if they'll hear them and respect their thoughts. It says here, it's not 1944 anymore. Back then, there were no other options, and no one even came close to rivaling the military and economic superiority of the United States. Today, both of those are in decline. It's not to say the military can no longer fight or that the economy is in complete shambles, but America no longer has the unrivaled position it enjoyed for so long. More importantly, the trend isn't looking good. From an economics perspective, the national debt is set to increase another $20 trillion over the next decade, likely triggering a nasty run of stagflation the U.S. experienced in the 1970s. Let's scroll down a little bit, see if they get to talking about gold. Nearly every country already holds gold as a reserve asset. This is what I was telling people, and they're buying record amounts of gold. So there would be very little change to the way they currently do business. You have to understand that central banks aren't speculators. They don't care about price. They buy for strategic reasons. This is what I've been saying also. Something's coming. And I believe that the central bank gold purchases that have been occurring over the past few years are a key sign that the global financial regime will be changing. I've been saying that also. Who wrote this article? I like them. Individual investors, meanwhile, have been selling gold. That's what I know, sir. Whoever you are, sir, ma'am, I know. This is what they do. Assets that look to be ready to skyrocket. They have all the potentiality in the world, but they're going to take some time. And it takes some research. Those types of things, most people don't care about. They sell them quick. Boom. As soon as something new comes out, something hot comes out, something that's being pushed by others comes out. It could be a coin, a crypto coin with a zebra on it with cool pink glasses, and it's called Z coin. They will go buy. They will sell gold. They will go buy that. You know, that's just the way that it is. Got to accept it. But that doesn't negate the truth of what you're telling right here. You know, individual investors. So there's nothing you can do. There seems to be a select group of people that are in the know, and that's all there is to it, and they will be protected if there's a big problem with fiat currencies in the future, and it looks like there's going to be. North American investors have sold off more than $4 billion worth of gold ETFs in the first 4 months of this year, with $2 billion of that just in the month of April. And gold ETF holdings are now at their lowest level in 4 years. Yes, but I've also noticed that I think a lot of it is North American pride. People in the United States have a lot of pride. You know, they believe that they are forever. The United States is forever. The dollar is forever. And I hope that the old saying doesn't come true, that pride comes before the fall. Me, I try to stay balanced. I try to see what's really there, strip away all the illusion and look at what's really there. And I go by that. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.